After each mass shooting, the question is the same. Could this have been prevented? Lori Alhadeff asked herself that same question after her own daughter was killed.
That day, I just was very angry, and I had no idea what I was going to say. I just got in front of the camera and I just spoke from the heart, and I wanted action, and it came out.
President Trump, you say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands.
Her 14-year-old daughter Alyssa was shot in her classroom at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School on Valentine's Day in 2018. She was one of 17 killed. Lori didn't take much time to grieve. She immediately became an advocate for safer schools, running for and winning a seat on the Broward County School Board.
There's not just one answer to this.
Along with mental health school hardening, including single-point entries, Lori helped pass a law in New Jersey, which gives teachers panic buttons in their classrooms to immediately alert law enforcement of an emergency. But there's one thing she does not think will make schools safer: arming teachers.
I sigh with a heavy heart because I don't believe in arming teachers. I think that we should arm our law enforcement, and they are the experts to be able to go in and take down the threats.
Nearly 3/4 of U.S. teachers and most of the American public are opposed to arming teachers. But the Republican-led legislature in Florida disagrees. They'll now allow teachers and other staff to be armed. So far, 33 of Florida's 67 counties have pledged to participate in the Aaron Feist Guardian program, but most of them are choosing not to arm their teachers. If they do, the law will require teachers go through 144 hours of training, but only 8 of those are under active shooter situations.
You have to be trained within that situation, and in a fight or flight situation, you do not know how you're going to react, and you might freeze. And with only 8 hours of training, that's not enough to be able to do your job correctly.
The moment you add stress, adrenaline, you're probably going to be afraid. You add those things to the mix. If you make a mistake, once everything's perfect, fundamentals, everything's right, you're going to make a mistake even worse once you add that situation to that.
Firearms instructor Adriano Casares supports arming teachers. He thinks it could save lives during a shooting.
Nobody wants to be in that situation, but it's better to be prepared. Not only locking yourself in a room, I mean, like I said, they could just breach it, go in. At least they're going to have a fighting chance to get out of there, themselves and the students as well.
And in training his fair share of beginners, he says it's more than just hours logged.
There's not really like a set time. It all depends on the shooter, actually.
Faculty members would have to undergo training through the sheriff, classes similar to the ones he teaches, and score an 85% pass rate. And the state is prepared to dole out the money to get these teachers ready. The News Service of Florida says out of the 25 sheriff's offices utilizing the cash, they're spending $3 million on salaries and benefits for employees they'll train, and $2 million on firearm supplies such as ammunition, weapons, and gun holsters. But that's not sitting well with those in the classroom.
Immediately, it put a knot in my stomach. It sort of gnawed at my gut.
Teacher Paulette Shepard says she doesn't want to be responsible for a gun at school.
I just know for a fact that I do not possess the skills, and as old as I am, the maturity to handle a gun in a situation that I may think of threatened, where I'm just simply talking to a kid that's from a different side of the track.
But here in Florida, with the Parkland massacre still on top of mind, most agree there should be more armed officers in the schools.
We definitely need a law enforcement officer with a gun on campus, and depending on the size of the campus, there might need to be more than one law enforcement officer on campus.
Nobody's going to go to a place where there's like 5 cops outside. They're going to go to a place where there's like less cops or just a security guard or things like that. They're going to go for the easy target.
But no matter what changes, it's still too late to bring back Alyssa.
It is our duty to make sure that when our kids go to school, that they go to school in a safe environment.